We begin on Dust 2.
You haven't sold me 1 bit, Connor.
Damn. Hard sell.
This has always been Faze Clan. The only thing that's changed is Twist. You can see from their photos, they've just gotten a little bit more tanned. That's pretty much it. Oh my god, opening kill. He's killing his old teammates. What's going on? What is going on? Twist and coldzera, a couple of kills. Rain, he's really low. Yeah, he's on the winning team right now. This lower tunnel setup gets called out. Is that how we had a feeling you would do that? And now Liquid look to rocket back towards A, unless they have a change of heart. Really just following where nawwk goes to kind of figure this out. The double long setup from Faze Clan, anticipating a late long walkout, and it looked like Team Liquid were going to try it for a second. Yeah, but as I said earlier, change of heart here, back into the top of tunnels. But either way, they run into 2 players. And on this side of the map, they both got 100 HP.
Olof, nice tap. Down goes Stewie 2K. The jig is up. They know they're going to commit back here. Olof's going to take a little bit of fire damage, but he lays down the law. 3 kills for Olof back plat. Faze Clan, they've got the first pistol. Twist in a Faze shirt.
Twist in a Faze shirt, man.
He started it. He started it with this little headshot.
Oh, man,
See you later, Grim.
I feel bad for saying it looks right.
Doesn't it?
It looks right.
Yeah, I mean,
Faze
like have always been the international talent of roster of talent, and you know, now they've got the NA region in there.
Yeah, it just looks like the right fit. It just looks like it makes sense.
All for it.
Yeah, I mean, all this time he spent on Liquid, changing the style of glasses, the hairdo, the tattoos, and then the level of achievements with like the headshot rating percent. I mean, it all just seems so phasey.
Phasey, baby.
Yeah. It feels like it makes a lot of sense. But then, you know what's also cool is that fall into Liquid looks like it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Some very cool stuff has happened with Liquid, and we'll find out more about what they've brought to the table in this tournament as well with the groups, because now there's not really an excuse. With, you know, at the global finals, it was very last second. But here they've had some time.
And they've powered up overtime. That's what we saw from them throughout their European run. They got here a little bit later than the other NA contenders, but they got that success. Rain, 2 kills, Cold tapping away alongside him. Lots of assists on these kills, no damage back the other direction. The Deagles couldn't get anything for Liquid, so we've got Faze Clan 2-0 up.
Just chilling for now, nothing to worry about. So, of course, yeah, so many questions and interviews and some answers and half answers and stuff. So, you know, stuff is going to change and develop, you know, for Faze Clan, but it seems like they've gotten some adequate practice in, where it felt like, well, how are they going to practice? It seems like they've gotten some practice in, which is great. That will be actually used, you know, for the foreseeable future. I wonder if there's anybody at home sitting in their Faze jersey watching this match, approving and disapproving of the different CT setups that we're seeing each and every round.
Canadian Faze fans. The crossover that North America's been waiting for. Easy map control up the catwalk. No real abundance of aggression out of Fallen just yet.
The A setup looks pretty scary right now. I mean, they've got a guy on defaults in Rain, and Brokey's really close to him. Nobody is here on Cat to push up. They throw the... Is that a T smoke or a CT smoke? Oh, let's see. That molly goes very deep. They can look to reclaim mid, and they do find a good timing. Very uncomfortable here for the second teammate after Fallen.
Olof's going to keep challenging these doorways. Does tag up Nav, so we've got a few players here for Liquid already around the halfway mark, and coldzera's going to pick up that headshot via Elige. He's going to find himself Nav in the meantime. Grim tries to exit from the B site. He does have a chance here in the sense that he's crossed over to plat with bomb. Maybe plant it, get that money. Get that Liquid money. Grim's gonna now see the door peek, get into cover. There's so many bodies around him that it's only an inevitable process. 3 AKs picked up here by Faze as they survive Liquid's first gun round.
Wow, they look very smooth with the way that they approached mid. The trading was so good, and honestly, not even so much to do with just the team aspect, but the individual decision-making here was nice. I mean, the way that they found this timing, and then Olaf peeked out, but then how also coldzera took this first fight aggressively, knowing that they could trade down kind of in terms of material, and then the mid to B push that came out at the same time. I mean, if this was all communicated, amazing, but wow, it was totally seamless. Every move made a lot of sense. I think it'll be very scary for Liquid to think about going mid to B after that, because there were just so much friction along the way, with all the Faze members happy to throw bodies at the issue. And it feels like Olaf is going to have a pretty good day of CS. Maybe coldzera as well. What a one-tap here on a leash. The one-tap heard around the world. Force buy, of course, here for Team Liquid, but they did invest, or half buy. They did invest some money. They've got some utility to use as well.
A few Tech 9 sprinkled in.
Yeah, this is definitely...
Naf's been shopping. Naf's been shopping, skin shopping launders.
Oh.
New knife, new AK.
Really?
Hydroponic with the 4 Cato reasons. That's an expensive craft. But olofmeister, he's cool as a cucumber. Sitting back plaque, looking to just replace the pistol round with more kills. He's gonna get fired out of the corner. Deals with Nafly, doesn't matter how good he looks. Fallens with the scout. Got himself 2 answers. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. Stewie 2K's gotten into the bomb site, armored with his hands on an AK. Rain on the other side of the door. Flash goes through. He doesn't. Not yet. Now he does. Oh, they line up. This is great damage coming out of Liquid. But Stewie can't get a kill just yet. Reload is good. He could challenge the window. Or just go for the plant. Remember what you're here for. Remember what you came in with, and then go for the clutch. Weapon swap by doors. Oh, they line up. They nearly walk into that spray. What a weird incendiary bounce.
Incendiary front sight. He was freaked out. He thought the incendiary was going to land backside. Why did they molly the front sight? I don't even know.
Twists just clutched versus Stewie.
Yeah, that's strange. Oh my God.
It's cannibalism. Team Liquid cannibalism.
It's North American cannibalism. We see Rush killing people, North Americans. Over on complexity, it's unreasonable. Yeah, that was just. It looks like the perfect play. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they just threw the molly in, but maybe it was just to zone him, basically, just keep him in one spot or just make him uncomfortable. Either way, it worked. And Faze go up another round. 4-0 here. A full buy-in for Team Liquid. Fallen to take the charge with Yop. Wants to sacrifice some of its HP for an opportunity to shoot, but they don't give him that chance. Just just another sign, you know, Faze that Faze, excuse me, are playing clean. Everything they're doing seems to be making a lot of sense. They're moving together, trading well, all great signs.
Niko did an Instagram AMA the other day, and he was asked what he thought about the new Faze roster. He said, assuming the Kerrigan switch, I think it'll be good, but it depends on the performance of coldzera and Rain. Those are the 2 players he kind of put his pin in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it came down a little bit to Kirby and Rain for kind of who is going to stay on the team. And I mean, I don't know what generally people feel. It's just that I think in general, like, Rain has been, first of all, he is the brand in a lot of ways, a lot of senses. And his peaks are obviously incredibly high. Okay, but before we talk about that, XANTARES is moving along. Brokey here behind a smoke. Let's see how he responds to it. We've got someone pushed up on... Oh, no, that's in CT spawn. And Brokey falls back completely. Doesn't take a shot at all. So this will be a free plant with lots of space. And they get the kill on Brokey. Down into the pit from the site by Stewie with just the AK.
Yeah.
He was brave to even take that peek. He should have died for that. But now that he hasn't, they don't have the op. Can they even retake?
They still have twists down deep on long. Of course, there is a secondary op in this round from Faze Clan. That's on Olaf inside the B site, which is where they look to save. Grim's seen the exits and just spotted Rain on the edge of the door. Gonna make sure he can't push forward.
That was 100% going to be a retake setup on purpose.
Yep.
And then Stewie got the kill in pit with the AK from like 400 meters away. Is there bullet drop at that distance in this game, or?
I don't know, must have curbed it down the ramp.
Yeah, we have to see how that happened, but
That's the one kill of the round.
that could have been, yeah, I mean, that could have been looked at as a mistake, to be honest, to take the rifle duel there, knowing your opponent's probably opping. Let's see how it panned out. Oh, wow, as he was dropping in. Okay, yeah, so he was going kind of safely at it. Wasn't even looking for that fight. Just a crazy, crazy shot there, but that's
Very
it.
nice.
That's what wins the round.
Brokey, he had that smoke grenade in front of him with a player who dropped down into CT. Didn't really feel too comfortable with that setup. Looked to go down long for the retake that they wanted. Didn't even get, you know, a fadeaway shot in the mix. Just left them.
That is what it can come down to sometimes. Now, you've got the full-on long control here for Team Liquid. And Faze Clan, they do look like they're going to try to punish, maybe with an upper tunnels push. And for Team Liquid, since they've sacrificed all other parts of the map, it's just important that they move somewhat quickly. Otherwise, they're going to be paranoid about their flanks here. But it seems very clear to the CTs at this point that this is the intention of Team Liquid. And they've got this heavy cat setup to respond to it. Now that we've pushed up our tunnels, they escort coldzera in. They're here sitting watching their flanks. And, yeah, I mean, the fog of war is at least in Faze Clan's favor. Team Liquid's the one are guessing as to how many people are rotating over, but they know what they're getting into.
Rain close inside the site, drops the flash on smoke. They're going to challenge through this into CT, takes down Olaf, but a couple counter-terrorists still on the shelf, and Stewie, he's got himself a second kill. Knows Brokey's right there, and Rain inside of the bomb site. Pops up, gets what he wants. Stewie able to execute. 3 kills for Stewie at the moment. 25 seconds to spare. Fallen, stuck inside of the cross. They don't know. The flashbang.
Gandalf is maybe the main priority. Stewie is watching.
Yeah.
He is so low on HP, but they don't have any more grenades to damage him. He can put the plant down, and Fallen can cover him.
Now he comes off of that plant. Fallen gives cover, and Stewie.
Yo, he's sharp.
Looking very good this evening.
Yeah, my goodness.
I love that 2-man challenge through the CT smoke.
That's new. I don't think we've seen them do this. So yeah, they just do it with a flash. And you know what? A lot of times with these 5 long takes, there's a lot of teams that do this constantly, but it just gets so messy that I can see why they want to try it. Like, it's probably worked and scrims and stuff. But sometimes in these matches, there's just too much RNG. There's too many spams through the smoke. Do you remember that round, like, was like Valde or Aleksib or 2 different rounds where they were able to just shoot through the smoke on a timing and catch like 2 headshots, body spam, grenade damage on the way in. You can delay for so long the cross smokes come up. You can just cause so much chaos as a CT that it's hard to be consistent in that spot. So they try to eliminate that problem, get the info in CT, kill anybody that might be elevator or fast cat. And also take the duels versus cat as well. Looks a little bit risky, but I kind of understand where it's coming from.
I also think we've seen this like emergence of the underhanded smoke from the counter-terrorists in elbow. You know, they throw that smoke right on the corner of elbow to watch sight.
That's the Opera does that.
Yeah,
so.
the Opera does that one. Yeah. And by pushing through the smoke, we saw how Stewie, he was not seen by that player at all. Brokey's kind of within it.
Yeah,
maybe an evolution of that.
They throw that smoke to op the ramp when they think the cross is coming in, so they can stand out in the open and they don't have to stand on cat, because cat started getting mollied and then they had to fall back through it, and that was the only way that the Opera could stand out and take a different angle besides like Gandalf for at least, you know, the 15 to 18 seconds that the smoke is there to support them.
We'll have to keep our eyes on that one. But Stewie, he's going to find himself challenged by the tunnels. 2 players peeking him, and they get what they want. Cold and Olaf working together for that one. This is just going to express lane Team Liquid down long. Brokey falls back, calls for twists. This is the Deagle boost, and could have got one, but now they know what's up, and we've got Liquid with a little bit of control here on the A site. Enough so to put that bomb down. But coldzera, the one armored player for Faze, and he's got the AK. Not going to decide to wrap around long and challenge. Instead, it looks like a heavy cat retake.
They have a smoke.
And 3 flashbangs. They start to throw out that utility. Gives them a little bit of room to work. Cold, again, within the pack, has that rifle. But Naf and Fallen, they're going to cut down the front runners, and then everything goes swimmingly here for Team Liquid. Brokey, nothing. Nada. Zilch. Team Liquid within 1 of tying this game at 4.
There was the opportunity to get a lot of damage and maybe a few kills, and that would have been nice for them. And, you know, in the process, maybe sacrifice one gun and a few pistols, maybe a little bit of armor. So I can see the value here for Faze Clan to try to look for some damage to get in. It's not a horrible try. Doesn't end up resulting in much. Team Liquid are obviously going to be much happier, but I think it made sense. It made sense. So what'll happen now, we're in round 8, and op v op. I think Liquid have proven they can punish on a couple of fronts with that strong cat take, a couple of strong full long takes, and yeah, Brokey hasn't really been, well, one round he was supposed to retake, they just killed him before they could try, so maybe there's another cat take on the horizon and another chance for Brokey to get into the action a little bit more. Interesting, it looks like Faze Clan are more intent on believing it's some kind of mid to B for the moment. But I really think they've done such a good job on the holding against the mid to B that Liquid might be a little bit scared.
Good flashbang. Cancels out Brokey, and there's the opening kill versus Twist.
Wait, what?
He's kind of right here with Brokey.
I didn't even realize he got up that far. How did anyone even see him? That's crazy. And they're still anticipating Brokey, but now the round starts to morph a bit. They can start to read differently into the CT rotations. They know they have info on the op and one extra player dead.
Smoke outside of the doors on B site from the terrorists. Then they come in from the mid doors looking to challenge. Got a player tucked close. Alige gonna get the better of him. Oh, but Brokey, he does slip into the CT spawn. These other two were on display. Olaf, good position, and a second. Grim peeks out and dies to him. Fallen drops his shot, and Olaf is looking good. 3 kills, 9 and 4, 8 rounds deep.
That's wonderful from Olaf. Very precise shooting from him, as well as coldzera, man. That answered back on the refrag. But here's the hold. Don't call him old. It's Olaf. And another strong mid to B hold. Now, you can go to either side if you're Team Liquid in this spot. You can't really make a bad decision there. You 5-4, clean, cat control, CTs are scared. You know, you've got them to do the sides. Like, you can mid B there, but they just go above and beyond. Plant doesn't even go down. We don't even get to a post-plant situation. So a real failure here from Team Liquid with a big advantage early on. But, man, it really does feel like everybody's deathmatched 3 hours before, 3 hours the night before, and 3 hours in the morning for this game.
I had a vibe this morning that told me this game was going to be really electric.
Stewie, Cold, Olaf.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard hitters in this server right now.
They look insane right now.
Like, a lot of guys that we know have an incredible skill ceiling. Haven't maybe necessarily all seen them come to form in the same game at the same time, but... listen, folks, tonight could be the night.
There might not be beef in this match, but there is baggage. There is history.
Yeah, well said.
There is pride. Man, I mean, even coldzera and Fallen playing against each other.
Right?
On different rosters. It's just so strange.
CS in 2021. Rain is going to have a bunch of bodies coming at him. Stands behind box, good position. Brokey able to get Stewie. And oh, poor Grim, a victim.
He's got to be careful with his gun barrel.
Oh my God. Yeah, wouldn't be spotted by the others, but they really assumed that was all clear. And Brokey primed for a multi-kill. Fallen's going to try to trade him, but he gets swarmed by Twist. Now Naf out from long. 7 seconds left. He sees Brokey, who just needs to survive with Cold to secure this round, which they will. A 6th for Faze Clan.
I think for the target selection there, it would have made more sense for Rain to try to pick off somebody else, and then while the guy gets off the bomb, to go for the guy planting. But it's a great shot from Fallen, no matter how many ways you toss it. But here, it's a bit disjointed in terms of the timing. Nafly, I think he's not ready for how quickly they need him. And obviously, maybe he takes more of his time if his teammates get better trades going up to the site, but they weren't aware of everything. They got punished for it. And Faze looked for the information, and oh my God, Fallen gets punished holding mid. He's holding to see if maybe someone goes lower, potentially takes a shot at him, and he dies, and it looks like coldzera maybe offered up another. Oh, man.
could have been.
He gets, it's a game of chicken, right? How long are you willing to stand there before somebody else walks over top of me or nades my spot? He'll give it up. But look, the round's not over. They got some positional compensation. Long control here early. Still a minute 20 on the clock. And Stewie, I mean, he's opt a few rounds in his life.
1 or 2. Brokey on the opposing side shuffles his feet deeper towards the elbow. Threat of some kind of a mid-play remains, but Team Liquid walk up long.
Why did it fall apart last time? Well, getting delayed with grenades, so they've got to be a bit quicker about the cross. And oh, looks like they come onto the guys of Brokey, but Brokey's sharp.
Misses the second. Nap gets a kill over his shoulder. Him and Grim equalize the situation into the 3v3. We've got a CT ready to challenge through the smoke. Olaf, he was just hit by it. Stewie turns his back, and Olaf, this damage, it's going to be offered over to Liquid. Stewie's anticipating some kind of a boost, some kind of a jump, but Olaf just has to bite his tongue for now. He's got to wait. He's got to wait. His teammates trying to get into a retake position. coldzera's going to burn Naf into the open. That could very well be a pickup, but it's a missed Molotov. That is not going to help out FaZe on this retake attempt if they commit to it. Oh, Stewie gets what he's been waiting for. Cold will kill Naf, who could have remained tucked in Goose, but opt not to. And Stu crosses back for the exit. Could look for the parting gift, but instead he's going to die.
Yeah.
And it's only Grim who survives as Liquid find their fourth.
Go catch that gun. At least they'll grab that. But yeah, it's a fourth for Liquid. Look at this. This is the kill at the beginning of the round. Brokey, he looks very good. He punishes the shoulder peek. He gets a jumping, crossing player here. And yeah, it is kind of an incognito execute for Team Liquid as they get that far without Faze Clan realizing what's happening. But the trades are not so bad. It looks like that's anybody's game at that point. And then Brokey gets traded out without getting another kill, and a teammate dies behind him. Stewie puts together a couple of op shots, makes up for Fallen's follies, and that's it. Team Liquid are able to win the round. It's very close, but yeah, they won that one 4v5. Look very legitimate. Some good ideas, and
they're not going to have the money for a sniper, though. Team Liquid.
You know, I mean, you know, it's not required, but it's you know, if there's a map on T side, it'd be very useful. Of course, it'd be this one. But yeah, why didn't they get it? How did they not get it?
Grim didn't get his hands on it. I don't know if it got blown too far enough, or I don't know.
Stewie even jumped.
He offered it.
He jumped, and it got blown back pit side. Did it go over the map because he jumped? That would be really cool to find out.
Quick, somebody check the stratosphere.
Surely they were going to go look for it.
It's up there with Tesla's Starlink.
Stewie wouldn't have called anything else except get my op here.
Production said it went in pit.
It went in pit. Okay.
Grim didn't.
Okay.
But Stewie's going to rack up these couple of kills. One. And oh, Twist has got a bit of an answer. So the tunnel player.
Nice caster's curse, man.
Is down. Grim. Nice.
That's
couple of headshots for him. One of the AW. Yeah.
Did they both have AWPs?
Yes, they did. There's ops all over the place. coldzera still hangs on to his, but of course Brokey lost it. Twist with the AK. He grabbed off Stewie's clammy hands.
Well, that's a round over and done with. So much action on the right side of the map. Everybody going towards long, or wanting to on Liquid. And I mean, you know, I think the ops and stuff have been pretty good for FaZe. I think that they're just much stronger B side than they are anywhere else. Between coldzera, Olaf. I don't think they're trading out as efficiently with anyone on A except for Brokey getting his kills.
For a round that didn't have much coming into it, we still got a nice little action-packed adventure. Here's Grim. Where'd the op go?
Oh, it was long plat, and he just, could not get to it in time? Oh, oh, Jesus.
There it is.
Such a blue ball.
As if it couldn't have gone any further. Look, it's in the bushes.
Excuse me, blue bears.
Bush Wookie op.
Blue bar.
Blow bar.
Blow bar.
Yes.
Blueberries.
That's the Danish word we all learned. Blubber.
Blubber. Oh, a little nawwk action. That's the other value of having 2 people hybrid every like in every match. You've got 3 semi-competent oppers, and if Fallen's not having a great day right now, or just doesn't feel that comfortable at the moment, or had a couple of unlucky rounds, we've got 2 other guys who are willing to pick it up at any time. But this time it's just for a spawn. There's no pick to be had. Fallen will be traded back the op. And yeah, we go back towards long. I mean, you know, you wanna if they're gonna give you long, you find out about it. They're not gonna punish you here. You know, as a T, as much as we see rounds that can be lost this way, as a T, you should expect to win them. So with this much control already, and the fact that you don't need to perform some kind of split, people are just focusing on 5 longs really, really often. And obviously it is an anti-eco as well. But there's still this op and rifle in play.
Yeah, and they've gotten position fast enough. Just as we're about to see Liquid come around these corners, coldzera could very well peek in and maybe take a couple down. We'll see. Brokey right on the side of the smoke. He's going to deliver P250 for a double kill, bomb included. He goes right back for second servings, and that's when Nap and Stewie are going to lay down the law into the 2v2. Most of the guns have been taken back. Oh, but Twist with that AK, still able to find his impact, and sure enough, Faze, they rob one away. Got onto A just in time.
Really sharp here from Twist over top of the Molotov, and Brokey, we got to talk about him too. P250 headshot kills, 4 dinks in a row on Elige and Grim. They're out of the round. Then we get the one most ridiculous Galil spray. He just pulled down and believed, and wow, Brokey's out of his chair. Excited about that round's win.
And Brokey's feeling a little pumped.
Yeah.
Good to see. Great to see, in fact.
Yeah.
You know, there was some recent losses with Faze that were starting to look a little emo, but oh no, Cold, he could have just died to Fallen, who had no regard for his own life.
That was the thing, Connor. Remember, we did that, we had that interview where, I don't know, Rain was just very honest, and he said it's just been emo on the team, and that was really sad. I mean, it's hard to see, like, hard to hear that stuff, right? But there was a lot of uncertainty on the roster, and now I think things are starting to look up, at least with just the, you know, new players coming in. And
yeah, it's with the prospect of a new beginning.
It's pretty cool.
If Faze Clan were a book, I think that's what the chapter would be titled.
A New Beginning.
The New Beginning. Brokey peeks a little wide, and it's Stewie the first to fall. Of course, Brokey and Rain here putting up the numbers versus what are easy opponents in this round, but surviving as they have to, right? It's nice to see a little bit of impact coming out of this A hold.
What'd you call him?
A hold.
Okay.
All too easy. Buyback for Team Liquid. AK-47's a Galil in the mix. That was a nice 35 bullet spray from NAF earlier.
Yeah, that was.
I like a good Galil clip.
Every single bullet, yeah. So, I mean, you know, like Faze kind of quietly winning the game. Some really good rounds from Liquid, but more so from Faze. Now, 1-for-1 trades, but Rain, he's got the memo, knows what they're up to, decides to go for the punish. Somehow, HE does no damage on that, but he can fall back safely. They maintain the player advantage. 3 are leaning over towards the B site, and this is where Liquid are intent on going.
Olaf. He's been a boulder on this backside, though.
You don't want to go B this game, excuse me. Olaf has been too good. Rain has been too good.
I don't think he's had to get a kill since he held them all down from Car. Right now, Twist towards Car, fully blind by Fallen, but Olaf still in the backside. Finds Naf's head cleanly enough and looks for another, but that's where Grim's going to stop him. Brokey's ready to rock and roll off the window, and Fallen, he's going to plant that bomb just underneath. Brokey can't go in just yet. He wants to give Rain time to get around through the tunnels. Grim on the platform. His teammate still sits beneath the windowsill, sits still. Grim in the open, deals with Rain, and now Brokey's in a very tough spot. It's the 14th round of a 15-round half, and he's going to have to make the decision. Does he risk this? Does he go for the retake? Bomb beyond the 2/3 point. So, yeah, he concedes a 6th round win to Liquid. He's looking for a parting gift. He will drop Fallen on the retreat.
It's expensive.
Big round from Grim.
Definitely, man. I think you would have called him the jackknife of the rounds.
Yes, sir.
I think he got that last kill here in the back of the site. Oh, not only that, he got both entries. And this is the one, denying Olof. That second frag, I think, was the big kill. And then, of course, tunnels is another thing. But, yeah, every single kill, I guess. He just had the weight of it. He had the weight of the world on his shoulders and didn't flinch. Comfy the whole time. I guess this sole play brings Liquid within a reasonable scoreline. You know, they potentially can get 7 now, but it's 2 ops again here for Faze Clan. Immediate punish. They realize that Faze Clan are not here to contest long ever. They want to fall back every time. They want to play this retake setup. And I mean, the success rate isn't amazing for Team Liquid, but I can see why they continuously want to keep trying. It comes close or they win sometimes. And they've definitely had more success on A than B.
Ooh. Sees that flash, looks away. Rain, good for the first one. Brokey losing his head out to Grim, who's definitely felt his impact in the last couple of rounds. Man advantage here for Liquid to try and close this half. We've got Twist on the front side of Gandalf. Still takes Nafly with him. Grim barely alive. Cold, he could stop him with a jump, and he will. The headshot connects. The 2v2 ensues, and Stu just got around that Xbox as Olof looks to nip at his heels. Oh my goodness, a game of inches.
Timing.com.
And he's just gonna walk away.
Fine for him. He's got a smoke in hand as well. Bomb will go down for a long plat, which is kind of curious. The smoke will be planted, or the smoke will be dropped here on Cat, and they haven't decided the retake just yet. We've got Olof coming up, Cats and coldzera. What's he gonna do? Jump or just help create some space for Olof? Oh, looks like he's gonna quietly wrap around the site.
Sees the shadow. That's going to help him, but Fallen still gets his kill. So Olof, who's been a rock on that B site, now needs to come in with the retake clutch. Good frag grenade, but doesn't get the kill on Fallen. That's what really would have primed him for the win. He's going to flush Stewie into the open, but that's where Liquid ends this. A 1-round deficit to the favor of FaZe as they take to the T side. And North America's caught in the center.
Yeah, maybe, I guess it's 2 ways to look at it. We win either way or we lose every way. You know, I mean, most of the time in North America it's losing, but maybe it's just a mindset.
Maybe it's
it's just how you want to flip it. We can look at it one way or the other.
Life is a mindset.
Let's not be doomers.
Howling Alpha is a mindset.
Okay, relax.
And this is the 16th round. So we've got pistols back on the menu. Nice little set of utility here for FaZe. 2 smokes, quad flash, 1 thrown, top mid, and they come out from the lower tunnels like goblins.
Feign the mid to B, but look how much CT presence here. I mean, again, they're committing 3 left sides of the door, and FaZe not much information, and this is where sometimes game plan can come into it, but it's, you know, you're kind of gambling.
Nice gush. Stewie barely left alive as Cold tears him up a bit. Spits him out and lets him try to come help on this A site. But look at the wrap around through spawn. We've got multiple bodies, and all of a sudden, Liquid, they're pinched. Look, they've got nowhere to go. They fight forward and drop the bomb, and Grim will save the day. Unless Olof comes in with his clutch. That was awesome.
Stewie's low. This is possible for Olof. I think he might have... No, he looks like he didn't spot a player behind Xbox. Bomb in an awkward position, but he can hunt down this kill. You know what? There is a chance this duel is pretty 50-50. Oh, let's Grim. He'll grab 3 man. Another round that has his name written all over it and almost no one else's.
Gotta be careful.
It was a cool strat. It was a cool strat. And they made a lot of progress, right? Like Rain got out there quick. He got down there really far. I mean, you know, Twist could win this duel, then we wouldn't even talk about Grim, and we probably wouldn't have even seen it. So it can come down to those 50-50s, but you know, you can at least credit Grim for being there when he needed to be there.
Yes, responding.
Because there was such a heavy lean towards the B site. You know, your A players might be more inclined to just stick around at the A site, believe it's A. And for whatever reason, he seemed to be tuned in really well.
Got right into that gunfight. You turn your back on death, ba-boom!
Look at the tracking here from the Liege.
It'll come finding you. And that's exactly what Grim does this round. Lends a help. to a leash where Stewie then extends for the final kill. We got 3 frags on a leash here versus just the pistols. Faze dismantled in that 17th round. Liquid officially in the lead.
Yep, they are in the lead. Such a tumultuous first half, and honestly, it was so divided between whether or not the round ended on A or B. It didn't really feel like Liquid had anything a strat that they could use that would guarantee a round win or that just looked very clean. Instead, it felt like some rounds were clean, some rounds were very Faze favored. They were generally super solid on the B side, half of the time on A. Okay, Rain opening kill here. He's been way in the front for a lot of these strats, and I want to say successful. I think on A in the first half wasn't that doing amazing where he normally is, but here on T side, feels like the impact can be hurt. Stewie? Ooh. Maybe didn't want to take that fight, but just a UMP for him in what's a bonus round, but you know, it looks like Faze are going to put them all to sleep. My goodness, and they get spotted on Goose. It's headshot city.
Timings feel like they just ripped Liquid limb from limb. Olof's going to swing back towards mid, his second kill on the round.
Yeah.
I mean first, firepower superiority, man.
Sure,
Famas on long loses its duel. Ump in middle on Stewie loses its duel.
And those rounds can still fall apart, but it is important to see, like, if, you know.
And the timing, that's what caught them off, man. Really nice utility timing. We see them put out the incendiary on long doors, sprint out and catch a player outside of pit, and then a second bout of utility timing here with Brokey's flashbang.
It's nice they're all working together. 5 fingers on one hand, as shox would say.
Make a fist.
And, yeah, using that fist. So, what happens now? Stewie opping out of B window. 3 players coming down mid fast to join up with Rain, who once again has been way up front on most of these rounds. He's been moving very quickly, doing the Freiburg drop, entering out long. This time it turns into coldzera as they transition into a fast mid B split.
Stewie peeks through doors, takes one down, misses his jump here, loses his teammate. He's worried about the tunnels, but also knew that that mid timing was coming for him.
A little bit too awkward on that one.
Well, he was blinded and he missed his jump onto the box by window. I feel like that kind of cuts him away from being able to peek out middle, or that flashbang, just a little bit too much of a solar flare for him.
And we see how, like, even last round, even though it was a bonus round, you know, Fallen's here upgrading to an AK because he had an MP9. We've got a Famas on the board. Not everyone's got full grenades, so even though you lose a bonus round, it's just a bonus round. If you don't get kills with those SMGs, or you don't actually win the round and it's close in some way, you don't have a great round to follow it. So, of course, bonus round, very loose term in that sense. Just because you win the first 2 rounds does not mean you're allowed to give one up. And Faze have only lost 1 member in the last 2 rounds here, so looking super solid from them. And I mean, the way that they're moving on this T side is awesome. It's very quick. It's very deliberate.
Right here, eats the flash, goes for the jump, misses his timing.
Right. And then, so he's got Nafly in the door who's going to die anyway.
Yeah.
But at least if Stewie can get into the window, like you're pointing out, you know, he can maybe fight his way out one way or the other. It depends. It may be unlikely in that position, but it definitely loses them, you know, at least one trade that could have made a difference. So Stewie will get tagged crossing, such as the life of a mid B player.
Ooh, Fallen saw him. Got the little mobility boost of a scout.
This is kind of cool. I mean, they've got long control, but they're also ready for some kind of upper push, and they're hoping that Team Liquid gets a bit insecure about the amount of map control that they have. So, I much prefer this, you know, to the way that a lot of people are playing these days, where it's 5 out long and then they wait. The 4-1 allows them to, you know, potentially fall back in the future. Olof gets information, he can punish a push, and I don't think you shouldn't need 5 players to take one site. But we'll see how it pans out. Look, I mean, Faze are comfortable now, knowing no one's up in the tunnels, walking up here to cross long. But Grim has been an absolute force. Oh. The be the first test for them.
Grim's gonna challenge around this smoke off of the flash, and he's got a couple players blind. Fire takes him to 70. Olaf lurks out from the B site, catching nawwk in rotation. Now this hold has to deliver, and Grim's so good. Ooh, but Olaf, he comes down from that B bomb site. They've got the CT scrambled. Alige gonna hang on to the Gandalf. We've got Fallen wrapping back around the CT spawn. Olaf standing in the open, but it's just the scout, so he needs to follow up with the second shot, which he will. However, that buys time for Brokey to kill the final two players, for Cold to get the bomb in, and for Faze to take their 11.
And Alige did even show himself. Brokey, good awareness right there. He's actually holding the cat corner from long for what, the entire time? I don't even know. It was a beautiful punish there from Brokey at the end. Yeah, you just know. Yeah, he's just very aware of this the entire time. And Alige, I was thinking, you know, with that scout shot at mid, there's a chance that this round could fall apart with Alige up there unnoticed, but that wasn't the case. I could trust him. And now we've got, you know, 3 rounds in a row. None of the rounds have amazing buys for Team Liquid, and they finally have to save. And Faze, they've kept majority alive most of the time.
It's their 3rd round win in a row at the moment.
I didn't think Faze would look this good.
No? Well, Twist gonna add one to the tally. Rain backs up ever so slightly, just in case. That does offer a weapon over, but he's on 50 HP. So better to give them 1 gun than 2. In the meantime, the rest of the team takes out Long A, moving swiftly, or at least fast enough to still catch the counter-terrorists off guard. Stewie, he wanted the info. He hits the dinks despite being blinded. Rain's gonna get the kill in the end, but then that AK, it gets picked up. Alige could justify holding on the cross. He sees Brokey go up ramp, eats a bit of damage off of the nade, and aim punch could be his demise. nawwk trying to come over here, scrambling inwards to help out, but he's not going to find much unless the Deagle sings, and he's got a headshot, but not the follow-up. It's Faze with a 12th.
It's a small scare, but it's not the round. And that's all that matters at this point. We get some damage in for Team Liquid, yeah, which is okay, but we got a bit of a bank here of chew-through from Brokey, as well as olofmeister, as well as coldzera, and I mean, even Rain has some money, so it's just kind of a great chance for Faze Clan to steamroll. Yeah, we've got Liquid finally on and off here with Fallen, but in what could be one of their very few chances to get back into this match. I don't want to call it too soon, but economy is going to play a huge factor. And Rain, he's already made progress. Oh my god, don't tell me that this off will get denied. No, Alige will cover Fallen, but only for a few moments. Twist the turncoat comes out and kills Fallen. And Alige cannot refrag, but Grim, he's taken heed.
Again, Grim attacks them from behind. Now he's got a heads-up play and wins the duel versus Cold. Alige with a little bounce flash up into their eyes. Oh, but he can't capitalize. Twists. Puts him into submission. And we've got a 3v2 retake underway. I thought that CT was going to peek into his death. Almost caught me, but no sir. Brokey takes a bit of a risk, doesn't die for it. Twists on top of the boxes, will fall. Brokey now going to have to go combat op mode, and it's not going to happen. Stewie finds the headshot. We've got Liquid on the retake.
They battle back. Yeah, they battle back into this round. I mean, that's pretty nice. Comes down to a few close shaves, but Grim again. Major moves from this man.
Yeah, man.
To the top of it, but not only that.
Goes back.
Catches the flank. That was the guy who's supposed to guarantee kill him. You know, if Grim dies to that guy, we don't even care. I mean, that's just like, oh yeah, of course, coldzera's just going to catch him when he comes back. Where'd that awareness come from? So prepared, so aware.
Can't turn your back on the Reaper.
Like that.
Swipe at the scythe. 2 players taken out of Faze.
Another round with his name written all over it. Leading in kills so far, but Olaf leading the charge into B.
Oh, Twist gets the headshot over his shoulder. Stewie, 3 kills. 2 headshots off the hold. Man advantage yet again for Liquid, but with the doors smoked, they're able to cross. Liquid will use this time to clear out all the other positions.
Can't lose this round. Too much utility. to work with, too much time, all have kids, no excuses.
Rain starting to feel a little squeezed here. He's looking to make a play back towards tunnels. Perhaps he's got two players right ahead of him, and they could line up. Rain's gonna take the advantage back for Faze. Now Fallen needs to retake. Frag grenade goes deep. It's gonna miss the mark. He sees the shoulder, and he's trying to deal with Brokey, but he's caught with the cross. And that is a 13th for Faze.
Holy hell, hard right angle for Rain. Nowhere to fall back to. He must trust his spray, and he knocks two down like bowling pins, retaking from the tunnels. Two sets of utility, two incredibly strong retake positions, and two maybe the best players on Liquid at the moment. Both out of the round instantly in the 2v3 defense. A huge round for a Faze Clan.
Now they've got a good bit of momentum. Now they've got Liquid where they want them. A 14th round, a result of this win if they can get through the single scout here for Stewie. Oh, but Aleksib, he's got that deagle, opening headshot, AK picked up off of that bit of aggression, and he did it on his own. Walks into the doors, smashes Cold against the wall, grabs his reward, and walks away. Then Faze, yeah, they just have to stop for a moment, recollect themselves, and make sure they minimize any chance of losing this one.
I left wondering a little bit. It's still Liquid who are going to be a tad bit more uncomfortable in this spot. Maybe can't feel like they can go for some information. It's not been an incredible map from Fallen so far. It feels like FaZe have really just been outplaying him in a lot of spots. Brokey out dueling him. A lot of good flashes that have been hitting him. Seen him catch a couple of unlucky timings. But overall, his impact has been neutered. And that's been a bit of a problem. So again, Rain out front, but Grim to catch off the blue barrels. Get some extra damage off on Twist, and with that kill, it's some information as well.
Molly goes beyond Aleksib.
It's too deep.
Oh, it's not gonna creep to him.
Is it? Are they gonna trust it? Is the question. Let's see if they clear it.
Twists.
Oh my God.
Aleksib.
Wait, but he's not gonna see anybody else.
And Olaf gets the kill towards middle. The audio cue, that gives it up. Aleksib, he's got two back turned to him, and he's gonna spray them down. Cuts the bomb off from the play. Olaf, 8 seconds left. He needs these frags. There is no time to plant, and therefore he has to concede and retreat. Team Liquid taking a round away. Aleksib going forward into long, getting his hands on the AK, and then committing to the corner on car.
Yeah, this is beautiful. And again, this is just to speak to the value of information, right? The fact that Grim gets these kills allows him to confidently walk over to the side of car, and then they throw a Molotov that doesn't cover a position that they expect. Nobody's there anyway, so they don't bother checking it. But they should have. Because Aleksib was there, and this might have been a game that both teams came in fresh-faced, but at this point, everybody's got their sleeves rolled up. It is very close, and it's very unclear now with Liquid winning that round who is going to close out Dust 2. I'm not going to say either team is the better team yet. They're both bringing some good ideas to the board. They both have strong individual rounds. There are still some question marks on both sides, but yeah, it's a very tense map. Even if you're having fun in a map like this, it's going to be hard to show it. This is a map where at this point you're only going to be happy if you win. The moments in between, I don't think are going to be worth much.
Ooh, proactive play here from Liquid. Stewie gets escorted into the tunnels. His teammate leaves him. And very clearly, FaZe are wary of a potential tunnel push. This is a cold war. Flash in his eyes, and Stewie still delivers one. But the trade right back from Rain. Very nice little game of chess going on in the lower tunnels. That is a weapon offered over to FaZe, though. They lose a pistol, and they grab his gun.
You know, waiting for Fallen's moment here, you know? Win some confidence back with a big round. They might need him now. He's got eyes on mid. Have an idea of what FaZe Clan are trying to do. Can corroborate some information, but will he be a part of stopping their attack? Always scary to have just that AWP, but off of Stewie's play, I mean, we've got FaZe Clan recovering a gun. Going 1 for 1 might not have been very favorable there. You know, already considering the fact that they're on CT side, but you know, no round is won just because it stays 5v5. So here comes the attack now.
They're going to try to assault the B site. Naf out from window, good with one, but he's just so blind. He gets pinched between the tunnels and the windowsill. Elige recalled from CT spawn. Bomb can plant on its own. So the two players in mid, they're going to stay here. We've got 3 Ts up, 2 of them outside of the bomb site, and Elige, he sees the head, but he doesn't react. Brokey, easy takedown, and that leaves Grim in what feels like an impossible situation. He needs to concede a 14th to Faze.
I mean, the answers are right there. We can just look at the difference between Faze Clan's B defenses and Team Liquid's. We're not getting, you know, more than 1-for-1 trades, if that, on these holds. It's always been strugglesome. Again, not an incredible day here for Fallen, but this time nawwk also goes down with, I think, only a single kill. Some of the rounds it's been Stewie to cover him, but, you know, they just cannot shoulder this much pain. It's 14-11. They can't afford to make any more mistakes, or this map will get away from them, even with that round. I mean, that would have only kept them alive. Bought them some time. But Faze Clan appear to be growing stronger every minute. Maybe one final stand here. Fallen will pick up the op with nades. We've got 2 rifles to work with apart from that. And nawwk, one of those B defenders, down to just the deagle. And we've got this push in the upper tunnels. It's going to be a standoff. I mean, they might freeze in position. Looks like Fallen gets dinked through the wall here as Olaf holds, but that's enough to deny the one tactic that Liquid were trying to bring into this round to get some info back. Now the op will actually change hands to nawwk, and Fallen might be used as kind of a scout for information or something, but you know, just as this very low HP deagle is not going to be able to put up too much resistance versus any kind of attack.
He really doesn't have much to offer us. Not at this point.
Okay, Grim's important. Grim's position is very important. I mean, he has been a superhero when Liquid have failed, and he is here close to this smoke, peering around it, but now falling off into the pit. The A hit is oncoming the next 20 seconds, and Grim will be the focus of it.
Very much alone on pit because his 2 teammates are preoccupied with what is cat presence as well. But Rain, he's doing this silently, and coldzera with a bang opens up on long. Nawwk solo kill. He is done for, and the AUG of Elige. Oh, it's got a bit more damage onto Olaf. Fallen, he manages a kill in the meantime, and then Olaf gets the headshot to Elige. Fallen from the CT spawn is the reason this stays in the 2v2. Bomb offered over. Twist has to pick this up. Stewie's got that MP9 at a distance. 10 seconds to spare. He goes for the plant. Olaf denies Fallen as he tries to come through smoke and catch them off. It needs to be Stewie, and he's Molotov, so he drops to the spawn. He's still worried about the long player, but now he has confirmation. They are both dead ahead. A little bit of a bait on the corner peek. Twist takes damage, but Faze find 15.
Yeah, they hold up, man. Olaf is popping heads like water balloons out here. These entries as well. Grim gets shut down, no kills. Rain comes up from Cats, takes one out from long. That's nawwk after grabbing one, and Olaf, I can't believe he re-peaked for this frag. Elige had him dead to rights. The AUG damage ripped him up for like 70 plus and still ends up getting headshotted. That could have been the trade that lost the round for Faze Clan, but just a bit too clutch in these mid-round situations. Their individuals look stronger, a touch.
And the buy goes from bad to worse for Liquid. Double scout, single FAMAS, and deagles to try and stave off a 16th round win from Faze as they establish early man advantage.
Great map from Brokey so far.
Great map from Olaf. 22 and 13. Most kills, least deaths. From the man on his deathbed. It's a bit exaggerated, but you get the idea.
Not that old.
Grim's gonna push through smoke. Oh, and he cuts down the bomb carrier. They turn back. He's now down to 14, but Rain with a team kill pushes us into the 2v3. Olaf's gonna get another kill. How many times is he just gonna slip out tunnels like it's nobody's business? Fallen, who's been the one player kind of a little slower on the scoreboard tonight. In a game stacked with talent, he's gonna get some deagle damage, but he's swarmed, and Faze Clan have picked up the first map of this series. It is Dust 2. It is Dust 2, but it is still this roster's inaugural game. And it's still Team Liquid, who have looked good as of late, offering over what could be an upset.